You will see three turning points today. Miss them, and compounding crawls. Hit them, and everything accelerates. I'm not talking about magic returns. I'm talking about 3 milestones you can see on a calendar. I read 143 real money stories last winter. 71% hit the same 3 checkpoints before their accounts felt fast. Not big incomes, not crypto jackpots, just 3 moments that flip the math. By the end, you'll know each milestone, the amounts, and how to reach them without perfect discipline. Let me ground this. Morgan Housel wrote The Psychology of Money in 2020. He kept coming back to one idea. Behavior beats brilliance over decades. J.L. Collins wrote The Simple Path to Wealth years earlier. He showed how boring index investing wins by removing mistakes. Those 2 ideas shape everything you'll hear. You'll watch Harry use them with tiny numbers first. Meet Harry. He answers customer emails for a software firm. Take home is $2,387 monthly after taxes and benefits. He starts this story with -39 in checking and 2 bills due in 9 days, rent and a phone payment. He's tired of the slow drip. He also thinks compounding is a meme because nothing in his life compounds yet. Here's the tension. The Federal Reserve keeps finding the same thing. A big chunk of adults can't easily cover a small surprise. That's one reason compounding never starts. The first speed bump wipes out progress. Harry felt that. Month 1. His car needed a $97 sensor. He almost quit. But Harry tries something different. He sets a 3-milestone plan. Not goals, checkpoints. You'll see why that framing matters in a minute. Milestone 1 is the spark. Milestone 2 is the engine. Milestone 3 is orbit. Stick around for the engine. That reveal sits right around the 70% mark. It blows up a common myth. First, the spark. Milestone 1 happens the moment your money earns more in a quarter than your total bank fees and small leaks for that same quarter. Why this odd definition? Because most beginners lose speed to friction. Tiny fees, impulse buys, and late charges erase early growth. When earnings beat friction for 3 straight months, the snowball finally rolls forward on net. Harry measured his friction. Bank fees averaged $9 monthly the past year. Delivery fees and random service tips added $21 monthly. Late charges for one missed payment last season averaged $7 when smoothed out. That's $37 monthly of friction. Times 3 months equals $111. So the spark target is simple. In a quarter, Harry's accounts must earn more than $111. Interest, cashback, tiny dividends, all count. He sets up 2 moves. First, a no-fee checking account linked to a separate buffer account that pays modest interest. Second, a cashback card he only uses for groceries and gas, paid in full twice monthly. Notice what I didn't say. No Friday transfers. No color-coded budgets. This is about removing friction, not building a spreadsheet hobby. Month 1. Harry moved $33 every Wednesday night after dishes. Oddly specific on purpose, it fits his real life. He also pointed his paycheck to land with a 1-day delay into the buffer first, then spill into checking the next morning. That tiny pause changed how he viewed the money. The buffer wasn't spendable by default. By the end of month 1, earned interest plus cashback totaled $14. Friction that month was still $36. Net negative. He kept going. Month 2, the cashback grew to $21. Interest added $9. Friction fell to $29 because the overdraft risk vanished. Net still negative. You might be there too. This is the discouraging part. Keep watching. Month 3, he tried one more tweak. He scheduled bills to cluster on 2 dates. That reduced chance of late fees. Month 3 earnings hit 44. Fewer leaks brought friction to 24. That quarter's total earnings were 78. Still behind 111. Painful. Here's the moment most people stop. Don't. Harry added one new lever. He sold a spare monitor for $63 and parked it in the buffer. That one-time move kicked up interest enough to push the quarter's earnings to 119. Above friction for the first time, the spark clicked. His balance finally moved forward even after life took its bite. If you're tracking at home, your spark number is 3 months of leaks. List fees, tiny charges, and small penalties. Beat that total with earnings for 3 straight months. That's milestone 1. You'll feel the shift. The account stops feeling like a bucket with holes. Now the engine. This one changes everything. Milestone 2 is the crossover month. That's when the growth from your investments beats the amount you contributed that same month 3 months in a row. People think this happens at huge balances only. It doesn't. It depends on your contribution and your return, not a magic round number. Watch Harry hit it. He picked a low-cost index fund inside a simple brokerage account. He started tiny, $59 weekly on Wednesday night. Same time as his buffer check. He kept contributions the same for 3 months to see the pattern. Markets wiggle. That's fine. We care about averages over a few months, not single days. By month 4 of this story, his invested balance sat at $893. Markets popped that month. Growth added 41. His contribution that month was $236. Growth didn't beat contributions yet. Month 5 was flat. Growth added 9. Still not there. Month 6 brought the surprise. Growth added 33. He got a small dividend of 11. His contribution remained $236, still under. He almost called the whole idea a myth. Remember earlier I said the reveal lands near the 70% mark? Here it is. Harry realized the crossover threshold isn't a dollar balance. It's a ratio. When your monthly contribution equals the return you can expect in an average month, you're right on the edge. Increase the contribution slightly or lower fees and the engine lights. Harry adjusted one thing. He kept the weekly $59, then added a tiny bump every third Wednesday. $7 more, nothing dramatic. He also moved his fund to the lower cost share class inside the same platform after he crossed a balance minimum. The fee drop was small. The effect wasn't. Month 7 delivered the first crossover. Growth and dividends totaled $251. His contribution was $264, close. Month 8, markets dipped. No crossover. Month 9, the engine caught for real. Growth hit $287. Contribution stayed $264. Month 10 repeated the pattern. Growth beat contributions again. 3 months inside 4, where growth matched or beat new money. That's the engine milestone. From here, your past work starts doing more of the heavy lifting than your present hustle. Why this matters for you? You don't chase the perfect fund. You don't need wild returns, you tune the ratio. If your monthly ad is 100, a typical stock market month might average around 0.5% to 1% in growth over decades. That means the crossover could appear around 10,000 to 20,000, depending on returns and fees. If you add 200 monthly, the crossover might arrive around half that range. The number isn't sacred, the ratio is. 2 quick credibility anchors. The consumer spending surveys show housing and transportation eat massive slices of cash. That's why small, regular ads beat erratic big ones. You protect the ad by simplifying bills. Second, those emergency expense stats tell you why the spark comes first. If a $400 surprise wipes you out, you never reach crossover. The order matters more than the amounts. On to Orbit. Milestone 3 is where compounding feels unfair. Orbit begins the month your investment growth covers your fixed bills for that month without you touching contributions. Not your entire lifestyle. Just the essentials you must pay even if you stayed home. For Harry, fixed bills were rent, utilities, the phone plan, and transit. That totaled $1,239 monthly. Harry didn't expect to hit Orbit soon. He continued the same weekly ads. He also turned his annual tax refund into a seed. $391 went straight to the account in month 11. Then he did something tiny and clever. He set price ceilings before shopping. He learned that from The Millionaire Next Door, written by Thomas Stanley years back. He picked a used laptop cap, stuck to it, and preserved cash flow for contributions. Month 12 brought a small market run plus a dividend month. Growth and dividends totaled $1,255. That month, the portfolio covered his fixed bills on its own. Orbit activated for the first time. He didn't retire. He didn't reduce contributions, he just felt the system working. You will feel it too. The day your account pays your rent while you sleep, everything changes. That moment builds identity. You become the person who owns assets, not just hours. Let me tie the 3 milestones into one path you can start tonight. Step 1. Find your friction. Pull the last 3 months. Add bank fees, late charges, tiny delivery costs, and any memberships you don't use. That total is your spark target. Move your paycheck through a buffer by default. Cluster bills to 2 dates to cut misses. Use a single cashback card only for planned categories, paid twice monthly. Then aim for earnings above your friction for 3 straight months. Celebrate that first net forward quarter. Step 2. Set up the engine. Open a low-cost index fund account. Pick one broad fund and ignore the noise. Add a small amount weekly at the same time. Keep it boring, then adjust the ratio. If growth rarely beats contributions, nudge the weekly add by $5 to $9 after month 3. Lower a tiny fee where you can. Watch for 3 months inside 4 where growth matches or beats your new money. That's the crossover. You'll feel momentum for the first time. Your past work starts paying your present self. Step 3. Aim for orbit. List your fixed bills. Not lattes. Obligations. Get that total. Mark the month your growth and dividends cover that number without you lifting a finger. You may hit it during a strong month first. That's fine. See it once, then build towards seeing it more often. When it happens 3 times in a year, you're in stable orbit. From there, you choose. Keep working and grow faster, or start buying time back. Harry's numbers after 12 months tell the story cleanly. Starting balance was -39. Month 3 ended with 247 in the buffer. Month 6, investments hit 1,237. Month 9 crossed 2,319. Month 12 ended at 4,873. Those aren't glamorous numbers, but notice what they did. They triggered the spark. They lit the engine. They tasted orbit once. That taste will keep him going through boring months. You might be asking a fair question. What if markets drop? Wouldn't that kill the engine or orbit? Sometimes, yes, temporarily. That's why milestones are measured over months, not single days. A slow quarter might stop the crossover briefly. You keep contributions steady and the ratio eventually tilts back. Another question. What if your income is tight? Then you tighten the ratio differently. Sell one item monthly for the next 6 months. Route every windfall straight to the account. Raise the weekly add by $5, not $50. The mechanism still works. Slow is okay. Stopped isn't. There's one more quiet truth. Most people never cross milestone 1. They never beat their own friction. That's why you'll feel alone for a bit. Keep going. Your second quiet truth. When you hit milestone 2, the engine, boredom becomes your friend. You'll want to fiddle. Don't. The weekly add and the ratio do the work. Final truth. Orbit changes identity. You'll plan around assets instead of paychecks. That's when entire careers feel optional, not permanent. Tonight, steal Harry's first moves. Pick a time that already happens. He chose Wednesday after dishes. Choose your moment. Route your paycheck through a buffer by default. Set a tiny weekly add to one broad fund. Write your 3 friction numbers on a sticky note. Fees, small leaks, late charges. Beat that total with earnings for 1 quarter. Then tune the ratio until growth beats your contribution 3 months inside 4. Finally, mark the day your account covers your fixed bills. Circle it. That's the day you feel the system switch from push to glide. You won't need perfect discipline. You'll need 1 calendar moment weekly and 1 compass. The compass is those 3 milestones: spark, engine, orbit. Hit them in that order and compounding stops being a word and starts being a force you can feel.